Well, I'm decommissioning my studio as we're moving. See, if you don't believe me, check that out. Oh gosh, it's been raining and they are not waterproof. Anyway, I've been selling all my gear that I'm not gonna use. I don't wanna store in those boxes outside. And one thing that I haven't been able to make up my mind about is if I wanna keep my Godox SL60. It's been my main light for the last 2 years while I've been growing my channel. It was my first big boy light, and it's been great. I got this monster newer softbox and crate on there, and the crate actually makes a huge difference. I'm making this video today not necessarily to review and talk about the Godox SL60, but to ask you, what light should I get next? But as you can tell, I mean, this thing is huge. It's big. It takes up a lot of space, and that's okay. But here's my problem with this light. It's a daytime bulb, right? Like I have it turned on right now. I don't have to change the white balance. This is kind of copying what's outside with the daylight. I think I have it turned down pretty low. No, it's at 30%. There's so much light spilling in, it's not really gonna show too much. But what my goal is with my channel is I like having different RGB lights in the background, creating different kind of scenes, and I don't always want daylight. So I think my next light is gonna be a bicolor light, something I can set a little bit warmer, because this one, while it has a nice range of brightness, it still offers that white daylight look, which isn't super cozy. Sometimes, you just want to chill in a nice dark room and have a nice warm reading bulb on and just, I don't know, something a little bit more cozy. So I posted this light for sale, but I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it yet. It's a Bowens mount, which is pretty versatile, and it came with all these cool gels. Like, I guess what I'm saying is I can use this for a background light, even though I have the newer RGB one. What I'm thinking is that there's an attachment that you can get on the light. It does the window framing effect where you can have different, I know Caleb from DSLR Shooter does it. A lot of people do it where it looks like there's a window open with the blinds. So I might get that, but it's a pretty expensive piece. Anyway, my question to you, if you have any advice for me on maybe what my next light should be, prepared to spend a little bit more money. I also want to stand, I want to get a softbox that isn't, I don't even know how deep that is. It's huge. If you put this in a corner, you're instantly going to be sitting 5 feet away from that corner. And this is about as, I'd have to sit about here. Yeah, I'm in the middle of the room here. And this is a reasonable sized room. This one does have a remote, which is nice. So even though I have it listed, I was thinking I could keep it and then maybe kind of hang it from the ceiling. In my next space, once we move, we'll have ample space, so I could have one room where I could hang it over top and get some sweet product shots. So maybe that light would be good for that. I think the daylight bulb, the white, and then with some RGB lights in the background could be pretty cool for B-roll. So maybe I will keep it, although I'm embarrassed to say I don't know how to collapse this one down. So if I do move it, it's just going right in the pods like this. Maybe it'll give a nice a beautiful home to live in, something nice and bright. Let me know if you have any light suggestions for me. I've never had any Amaran or aperture lights. They always cost quite a bit more. I've been a bit more of a value seeker, but is it worth spending the extra bucks for the more expensive lights? Are there any of those cool adapters where I can get those effects like the window being open on the background, or maybe if you have any other ideas for that? Wait, that's a two-part question. One is for my main key light. That's the main question that I have. The second is maybe I do keep this one and get an attachment for it for a background effect. Get a little bit more complicated lighting going on. Any lighting tips you have got for me, please share. Thank you so much as always for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Now, in case you haven't seen it yet, be sure to watch this video on lighting. It took me a couple years to learn all that. That's why I can safely shop now, because I know what I'm doing a little bit. But if you haven't seen it, be sure to watch it. See you in the next one.